Hey everybody, Sarah here. So, two things I want to talk about. One being the Champions League. So PSG and Bayern Munich were playing the other day on Wednesday. Hang on. And I'm trying to find the score. Where is it? Yeah. And it was leg one, and the score was 5-4 to PSG. So there's not that much catching up for Bayern to do, which will be on Wednesday. But yeah, hopefully they catch up and beat PSG and get to the Champions League final. I did actually see a vote thing, and it was like, who's going to win the Champions League? And it showed PSG, Bayern, Arsenal, and Atletico Madrid, I think it was. And when I looked at it, well, I obviously I voted Bayern Munich, and I say most people, out of all of them, the however many percentage of the votes actually did go to Bayern Munich, so I think they could still win. Bayern Munich are playing tomorrow. They play in Heidenheim. If that's how you pronounce it. I'm not German, so I don't know. Like I said, and then on the 6th you've got Bayern and PSG in Munich. So we'll see how it goes. The other thing I want to talk about is I went to the cinema today for the first time in wow. What is that? Hang on. Yeah, for the first time in I don't even know how long. I think the last time I went to the cinema to see a film was probably couldn't it be Mamma Mia? I must have been since then. Not Mamma Mia, I mean Mamma Mia, here we go again. Obviously I've been since Mamma Mia. Um I must have seen a Meryl Streep film since then. But as far as I remember, I think the last film I did go and see there was Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I think. I'm pretty sure I've been there since, but I just can't think what film it would have been. So it might have been 2018. That is a while. Um, no, it wasn't. It was Bridget Jones's Baby. When was that film done? I was thinking, and I was like, I must have been there since 2018. Hang on. Bridget, what was that? Hang on. Bridget Jones's Baby. No, that was 2016. Wow, I remember going there and getting tickets. I remember seeing Bridget Jones's Baby on the receipt. That's 26. I really know it wasn't long after Patrick left Grey's Anatomy that I remember seeing that they were doing a new film. And I was like, oh, and it hasn't got, what's his name in it? Hugh Grant in it. I was like, thank God. I can focus on, um, not Rennie, Bridget being with Mark, it's not Darcy. And then they were like, oh yeah, new character, love interest to Bridget, being played by Patrick Dempsey. And I was like, oh, come on. I mean, I think watching for Colin Firth, and then you bring Patrick Dempsey into it, and I'm obviously going to get distracted by Patrick Dempsey because I mean, McDreamy, come on. Yeah. So I remember going to see that. Wow, that was 2016. So it probably was Mamma Mia was the last thing I went to see. I don't know. Anyway, if that was the last time I went to the cinema, then I went to see Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. And yeah. So I went to the cinema today, and I think you already know what I'm going to say. I went to see. I went to see because I didn't want to see any spoilers and get it wrong before actually seeing it. I went to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. And I've been reading things online since. Like people were saying, "Oh, it's not as good as the first one." But I've seen people saying it is just as good. And I mean, I didn't go to see Devil Wears Prada in the cinema like the original one. I didn't go and see that in the cinema. I think I didn't even. Well, I mean, I know I'd heard of it, but like the first Meryl Streep film I see. Actually, I did see The River Wild. I just didn't realize it was a Meryl Streep film at whatever point it was. It was only when I saw Mamma Mia, the first Mamma Mia, that I was like, "Ooh, I like this film. Ooh, I like this actress." And then I started watching all the Meryl Streep films. I still haven't seen all of her films, but yeah. And then it's only when I watched The River Wild, I was like, "I've seen this film." I just didn't realize I had. Um, yeah. So yeah, went to see the film. Really loved it. I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to say any spoilers. Um, although I will say this could be counted as a spoiler, so switch off if you don't want it ruined. Well, I don't think I'd really ruin it. If you've seen the trailer, not the trailer, if you've seen the thing, the photos that I wouldn't say they were promo photos. They were like when they were filming it, and there was photos out there that like they were dressed like they were going to a funeral. When I saw those photos, and they showed Stanley and they showed Anne Hathaway, and they showed. I'm trying to think if they showed what's the name, Emily Blunt. I can't remember, but they didn't show Meryl, and I was like, they better not kill Meryl off, or not Meryl, Miranda off. They better not do that. They did it to Donna. They better not do it to Miranda. Um, yeah. So I was like, you better not be doing this. Even in the cinema, I was like, you better not be doing this. It wasn't her. You have Meryl all the way to the end. Or Miranda, I should say. Um, yeah. It is not her. The funeral they're going to is not her. I'm not seeing who it is. I think when I was thinking, what is this thing like that? There's somebody shooting. I think I was thinking that, and then something happened, and I was like, "Oh, that's who it is." Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to think. What else? The amount of adverts, like, I mean, they had trailers for films, but the amount of adverts they had beforehand, but like before that, there was like the Diet Coke. I don't know if it was Diet Coke. There was a Coca Cola advert to do with Devil West Prada, which I had seen before. Um, there was what was it? L'Oreal with I think it was Kendall Jenner. What was the other one? There was another one. There was another thing as well, but I can't remember the other advert. And there was a trailer for Rivals. Well, actually, they did. Before I talk about Rivals, they did have the Money Supermarket advert on, which has got David Tennant. I'd seen it on telly, however long ago, like about in the past week anyway. If I hadn't seen that and I saw this trailer, well, I heard the voice. I would have heard the voice. I would have been like, "Oh, David." But like I'd already seen the advert on telly. I hadn't expected to see it in cinema. Anyway, yeah, they advertised Rivals. I'm pretty sure the clip that they had in that advert or in that trailer was a foot, like somebody stepping out of a car in red, like in red heels, and I was like, "You trying to copy this everywhere further?" Meryl is oh Oh, no, don't get me started. If Meryl was in that, I know she's not, but if Meryl was in that, and David Tennant, yeah. Um, yeah, so, yeah, so I love that film. Um, don't know when the next time I go and see a film in the cinema is. It's not very cheap. Um, yeah, so I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Um, yeah, so see you then. Bye bye.